They are all about using beekeeping as a means of engaging people that have poor mental health, and the whole process of beekeeping and actually understanding and learning about beekeeping is used by John, who's the leader, to, as I said, help people who are experiencing difficulties get out into the countryside, talk, and feel better about themselves.
It is brilliant, to be honest. Having people along, they're all nervous getting in this suit, and then we get them over the hive and they think that was brilliant. When can I come back? So it is a really good feeling to build not just these children with autism or learning difficulties confidence. There's anyone in general, everyone's confidence should be boosted by something as brilliant as looking after bees.
They are very much around the principles of bringing people together and using beekeeping to help people talk, to manage their issues, and to actually gain confidence, to develop communities.
To clear a path for people with special needs clears a path for everybody. So if we can make sure a child with autism has a safe and meaningful day at the hives, we can ensure a child without autism has a meaningful day at the hives as well. So it's a broad spectrum of who we can help and how we can help, and obviously keeping the prices of everything as low as possible as well is a big boost to be able to do that.
When I first came across John, they'd been trading for a while, but again, didn't really have a business plan. Again, it was that thing of they'd started to start to run, but he was working out, and there still is only 2 people involved, John being the main person in this CISO. So again, it was that issue of stepping away, having time to think, reflect, and work on a business plan so that they actually had a real concept and idea of how do they move this charity forward.
I could pick up a frame of bees and tell you if they need anything, but I can't tell you how to run a charity, even now. I'm just plodding along and poking about where I can and doing my best. But so far, my best has been just enough. But Cranfield Trust gave us that just enough, and they continue to help us as best as possible for us to help as many people as possible. So without the Cranfield Trust, we'd probably be kicking around in the dark at the minute and making too many mistakes. He was fantastic. It took him about 5 minutes to realise I didn't have a clue what was going on, and then to dumb everything down to my sort of level. But he did a fantastic job. As I said, I haven't got a clue even now with most things. I've got my notepads and all that sort of stuff, which remind me of all these things. But yeah, when something's explained to me in a way that I can understand, I'm all right.
Ben is one of our most established volunteers, actually. But again, for me, this one was actually very much about looking for somebody who I felt could really help and motivate John again in terms of developing a really good quality business plan. So I really was looking for somebody with experience of business planning, financial background, and somebody who I felt would again have good chemistry with John. And I knew once I spoke to Ben, looked at his CV, looked at the history of who he's been working with us, I thought Ben is the right guy for this, and he, thank goodness, took it, and he's been wonderful with it.
So something we did quite early on was look at kind of what's the actual proposition for the charity in a bit more detail, just to get it into a more logical structure, because John had loads of good ideas around like where the charity could go, but there's lots of ideas around different concepts and things like that around selling the produce, kind of running kind of workshops and stuff like that, moving into different locations. But actually to get to there, you need kind of a good structure in the first place. So we spent quite a bit of time just working through what's the actual value proposition for the charity going to be, what are you really going to focus on as a service offering to service users, what sort of kind of areas in Wales are you looking to kind of set up hives and that sort of stuff. So initially with the business plan, we focused more on that, what's the proposition, where does the charity want to focus. If anything, it was more a case of reining in the ideas and getting really focused on a couple of things initially.
All these problems that stopped me being able to learn things, within a few minutes Ben was like, yeah, I can talk this in a way that you'll understand, and he did.
I think it's just that it doesn't really matter what the size of the charity is. I think it's that a business plan can probably, this has proven that it can support a charity at any level. So if it's a starter, it's probably more important than anything to get that business plan in place.
Well, it's given us a lot more confidence when it comes to how the charity's run. And if the charity's ticking away nicely in the background and there's no obstacles that are tripping over the charity itself or any legal issues that may come up, and all our governance in place and all our legal structures in place, safeguarding and ensuring that everyone that comes to BWORKZ is legally protected, and everyone that works for BWORKZ is the right person to work for BWORKZ, if that makes sense. We can help as many people as we can, knowing that all the boxes are ticked before they've even put the suit on.
It's been that move from somebody who was delivering a nice little project and they're now thinking like a business, and he's really thinking like a businessman now. How do we make money? How can I actually start to draw a salary from this? How can we employ other staff? How can we raise enough money to buy our next machine or whatever? And it's just that has started to open up in his mind. So I think the impact's been huge in terms of growing their own confidence, which is what we want to see every time.
The main thing for the project would have been giving John the kind of the 3 to 5 year plan of what he needs to do to grow the charity and have real impact. So he had kind of, instead of him going off in a load of different directions and maybe not having that structure, the main thing is having the business plan gives him that structure that he can work towards. It gives him like the blueprint for the charity for the next 5 years.
Without all the governance and background work, BWORKZ wouldn't be able to start getting people through the door. And it's just as important as opening the hive. But opening the hive was the easy part. It's opening the charity which was the difficult part.